Hi. I've debated on whether or not I should put any music behind this video. I don't think that's the best idea for me. Um, I'm making this video because I I've kind of am at wit's end with um how I am mentally. And I feel as though right now I need to make this video um for my own sanity. Now, I'm gonna try my best not to curse in this video because I actually want this to be viewable by, people of all ages, because who knows what's going on in your life beyond yourself. Now, I'm gonna stumble a lot here, and I'm gonna pause a lot, and I don't know what else I'm going to do, but what I really need to do is tell you guys the truth. Now, for those of you who frequent my live streams, whenever the hell I do that, and it's completely random, you've heard this story before. Most of it, you've heard it. When I don't want to say completely drunk, but I was having some drinks that night, and I had my son's mother pour me a drink that I told her, I told her what I wanted in it, and she gave me something back, and man, it got the truth out of me. And you guys heard it. You guys actually saw me fighting back tears. If tears didn't come out, they probably did. But you guys saw it and you were there, and I wanted to be completely transparent with you guys. Right now, I haven't drank anything but milk from my cereal. So this one is going to be me just shooting from the hip. I don't even know how long I'm going. I'm kind of rambling here and giving an introduction. I shouldn't be giving an introduction, but just bear with me. I have to get this one from Nappy. I have to be completely transparent with you guys. As of this point, what you guys have been seeing on my channel is a lie and a facade. And what I mean by that is it's just not me. It's just not me. For those of you who have known me for, through YouTube videos for the past 4 years, through several different various channels. By the way, I just took a glimpse and I saw the I'm a Wyza guy shirt. It's in a link in the description in all of my videos. I don't know if you guys ever look at that. Probably not. But if you ever wanted to get one, that's where you can get it. All right. So if you've known me for that long, you know that the way I approach videos has gone through plenty of changes. I started out as the crazy angry black man, kind of what Cash Nasty does now. I've gone to I'm just gonna do whatever the hell I want on my channel. Putting up wrestling and putting up 2K, and who was around when I was putting up what's the name of that game? 99 Nights. Probably none of you. 99 Nights 3. That was my game. I liked it. And you guys have seen me when I was NBA 2K heavy, and I made the transformation to Madden. And my channel was fun. My channel was real. My channel was raw. My channel was me. And lately, not even lately, but over the past year, probably even longer, you guys have seen, let me not say you guys, because you get new people all the time. New people come in, old people stop watching. So for those of you who have been with me, you've seen that I'm not the same. I'm not the same. And I hate it. I absolutely hate it. What I mean by everything you're seeing on my channel is a lie. I'm not giving you me. I'm not giving you me. Every time, like right now, I'm making this video because my house is empty for once. And this would be the time where I will record some of the North Carolina Dynasty videos. And I just couldn't pull myself to recording because of what is going on in my head mentally. Right now I'm very disturbed. I'm very, I don't want to say I'm hurt. I'm not hurt. I'm just bothered. Um I feel like I'm shouldering a lot, and I'm very frustrated. I'm very, very frustrated. I'm depressed. Beyond your belief, I am depressed. And I have had this talk with a few people, and what it really is, I've never ever considered it being a problem of mine. So I looked up and started researching what depression is. And I see YouTubers, I see a lot of YouTubers go through it. And I'm thinking to myself, that can never be me. You know, I'm in firm control of what's going on. Even though things are bad, I have a plan, which I do. Which I do. I'm not in control of my plan. So I researched depression. And before I tell you, what I received from that, I hit up X Chase Money. Well, I hit up my core four guys. Me, Carter, Chase, and Dave. And I asked, has anyone in here ever dealt with depression? And what I meant by that question was, do you know anybody that's gone through it that you've helped out or anything like that? And, Chase responded with the quickness, which Chase never does, because Chase is never around. He's always into something. He hit me up. Well, he responded and said, yeah, he has. And I just hit him up immediately. And I just had to ask him questions. I'm like, do you believe that if you ever get to a point where you're researching depression, you might be going through depression? And, he believes that's absolutely true because he had gone through it for years. He said he'd gone through it since he was a kid. Now, I'm not going to get into too much of it because that's his personal business. But the conversation that we had, it was very helpful to me. It was very insightful. And I look more into depression. Right now, I feel like shit. I look like shit. I am fucking shit, by the way. So I looked into it, and I'm looking at the signs and the symptoms, and I'm like, oh my God. Every single thing that was listed there, I'm going through it. Or it's mentally crossed my mind. Mentally crossed my mind. It's probably redundant. I'm sorry. And the reason I say mentally crossed my mind is because one of the things on there is suicidal thoughts or thoughts of suicide. And I believe that there's a difference between the two, because suicidal thoughts is more so euphoric. You kind of think of how it would be if you're not around. You kind of think of just, would life be easier for you, like if you just stopped and did it. Whereas thoughts of suicide, I believe, is like, putting a plan into action and actually contemplating doing it. I don't get that far. I don't get that far because I have too much to live for. There's things that from the time I was a teenager until I had my first child, I couldn't stand kids. I didn't want to be around kids. I didn't want to know anybody that had kids. I didn't even like my own family's kids. I didn't want to be around kids. I didn't want any kids. Um, because I always felt as though you should never ever have children until you're either 1000% prepared for children, meaning financially able and mentally able to have children, or you're married. When your first child is born, everything changes, and it's damn real. It's extremely real because they change you. If you are a parent, not saying, hey, if you have a kid and you leave that kid, you change. No, no, no. If you have a child and you're in that child's life, it changes you. And I believe that the reason why I'm fighting away my mental troubles and the thing that continues to give me hope and the thing that continues to motivate me is my kids. I do everything for them. I do nothing for me. I do nothing for me. Um, any dime I earn, I try to my best to be able to provide for them. I could never, ever think to throw away my life because I'm robbing my kids of it. There's too many people that go around, or let me change that. There's too many kids that grow up without a father or a mother or both. Like myself, for example. Now, my mother was always in my life. My mother is in my life. Um, but I grew up living with my grandmother, and that's through no fault of my mother. It's because me and my mother we kind of have the same uh we kind of have the same fire in us, and we can't live under the same roof. We can't because we go at it. So living with my grandmother was the best option for me. Um, and they didn't live too far away from each other. They're separated by a few blocks. I could just go stay with my mother whenever, and there was never an issue with my mother, outside of just us, our conflicting attitudes. I love my mother to death. My mother, to this day, my mother's weird. My mother's weird. Love my mother. My father, on the other hand, I grew up without him. I learned everything from everyone else. I learned everything through sports. I learned everything through, like, my family. For example, um, I played sports, and my cousin's father was extremely supportive in everything he did. All sports, everything. He coached everything. And even if he wasn't a coach, like on our basketball team, damn it, he was at the end of the bench. And growing up, I looked at him like, that is a fucking father. And I was always at their house. I was always there because I was never a kid of the streets. Like I was always in the streets, but I wasn't in trouble. I was a troublemaker. I wasn't in trouble. I have a very clean criminal record. I've never been arrested. I've never been anything criminally. Criminally. Oh my God, I can't believe that's not a word. Criminally. Very clean. Hell, I never had my first drink until I was 25. And I've never smoked a day in my life. I was just one of those people that was fortunate enough to see what was going on in the world and how people were doing and just looking and saying, I don't want that to fucking be me. We had those DARE programs come to our school in the 5th grade, Dare to be drug free, and they show you how people turn out from drugs and alcohol abuse and just the smoking and the needles and all of that. And I'm like, that ain't gonna be me. And I fixated myself to make sure that it would never be me. Now, it's never been me. It hasn't become me, and it never will be me. Drinking, on the other hand, some of you guys think I drink a lot. I don't. I don't. For the most part, anytime you guys see me on Twitter and I say I've drank, that's when I drink. Or if you see me in the stream and I drink, I do that for y'all. I do that to loosen up for the stream. And the times I go out, I probably go out like once every other week or sometimes once a month. Then I'll have a couple of drinks. And when I say a couple, I mean like maybe 2. I'm extremely social with my drinking, contrary to belief. To you guys who probably think I drink a lot. I don't. So I'm very much so in control of my drinking habits. I could count on one hand how many times I've been drunk. And I've never been to a point where I've like blacked out or anything like that. I'm fine. I'm going off into different tangents instead of just targeting what my problem is and me being fake. But this is just me just loosening up here and just being able to talk to you guys. I'm feeling better just talking and letting you guys get to know me. And I want to get to know you guys too. There's so many plans that I have for this channel. One of them being, and don't do it now, but I do plan on announcing a Q&A where it's not a Q&A of you asking me questions. It's more of a Q&A of me getting to know you. You asking a question for yourself and me answering that question for you. Something that may be going on in your life. It's something that I have planned later. But right now, I have to fix my channel. My channel, to me, is dead. Absolutely freaking dead. And I'll get to that later. Okay. Stress, depression, and shit like that. Not too long ago, and when I say not too long ago, I mean like a couple of days ago, I told someone I felt like I was dead. The me that I know was dead. Me mentally is dead. And if you guys, like I said, have been around long enough, you see like my personality that helped you gravitate toward me isn't in my videos at all. Here's where we start the transparency. A little more. In 2012, my son was born. Christmas Eve. Very easy birthday to remember. My daughter's birthday is easy to remember also because her birthday is the day after mine. I got lucky. Twice on birthdays. My son was born. Was I ready for a second child? No. I wasn't. Did I accept responsibility? Absolutely. Absolutely. I moved, well, my son's mother, while she was pregnant, I thought it would be a good idea to move her into my house. And this is at the time where I was like on like I had the YouTube rocket ship right up my ass. And what I mean by that is I was growing rapidly. I was getting good money, and I was doing extremely well. Um, then it all came to a stop. Now, this is gonna sound very, very blameful, and I hope it doesn't come off that way because I don't want to blame anyone. But I'm going to explain how this kind of works. From the moment I moved in, and I'm not going to show you guys like my numbers or income, but if I could find a way to show you like a graph of my income, you would see that from the time she moved in, like I was here and it just went straight down. At one point, and you guys see it with Mr. Golden Sports, uploading 3, 4, 5 videos a day. That's what I was doing. Because it was just me here. No one lived here but me. And I was just pumping out videos like crazy. And it wasn't like bullshit videos. I put work into my videos. Well, yeah, of course I edited my videos. Put different graphics in my videos. Drop the right music at the right time. Put little fucking shit on. I was doing stuff that most people in Madden wasn't doing. And it was very energizing. It was very uplifting. I was extremely motivated. And you guys felt it, which was why. And I wish my old videos were still here. But NCAA 14 just grew a life on my channel. And it reinvigorated me. Like, it was crazy. And it came at such the right time because my Wyza Now channel, which was at 40,000 subscribers, had gotten shut down. So I had to open another channel. And NCAA just happened to fall in place at the right time. Because I started off doing Madden 13, but it was the end of the cycle. It was the end of the year for Madden 13. And I had just went out there to Orlando for EA, the community, not community day, but what we call? What was the name of our focus group? Was the name of what we were doing. And it was the second time, well, not the second time, but it was the second year that they brought in guys from the MUT community to talk with. And I was the only YouTuber there, which to me, I felt accomplished. I was like, man, I'm the only YouTuber here. You know, you got, this was Guru's first time there. Who else? Rockets, Ryu, Grandmaster, my man from Oklahoma. I can't remember his name, and I'm mad because I love that guy. That dude was cool as hell. Guru was fucking cool as hell. Whatever the fuck happened with me and Guru, I don't fucking know. Who else was there? I hope I'm not forgetting anyone. I said Grandmaster. Oh God, I hope I'm not forgetting anyone. If I am, my apologies. I'm just shooting from the hip right now. I'm sorry. We went out there and we had fun. And we all didn't agree with each other's opinions. Some of us did. Some of us were very on page with one another. Some of us were just like way off the deep end, and we're just sitting there looking like, that was the hilarious. Very eye-opening experience to get off the airplane and see somebody holding up their iPad with your name on it and then open the door for you as a limo. And I'm like, okay. You know, it was fucking cool. And that let me know I was on to something. But at the time, I had restarted my channel, so I was up for about a few months at that time, and I was getting like 2,000 views a video, which was a lot down from the Wyza Now channel where I was getting, maybe 10,000 views a video, maybe 15,000 views a video. So I was down. I had to build myself back up. NCAA came. We're right back up to 15, 20, 30,000 per video. And I felt like I couldn't be fucking stopped. I couldn't be stopped. So by this time, my channel had done grown from about maybe 5,000 to about 20 to 30,000, like that. Like within less than a month. Before Madden came out, I had done gained like 20 to 30,000 subscribers. I was getting 500, 600, 700 subscribers a day. It was nuts. And I was riding that wave. I just kept dropping that content. Y'all, if y'all was around long enough, y'all fucking got it. And y'all remember. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It was crazy. Right alongside of me was fucking Cullenberger. God damn it. Yo. I miss that. Because even though we never spoke on it, I always felt like me and Cullenberger was just keeping each other going. Because like, all right, Cullenberger put out something, I gotta put out something else. I put out something, he gotta put out something. We just going fucking back and forth. And honestly, we didn't really see anybody as our competition, honestly, because everybody still wasn't doing Ultimate Team. Everybody still wasn't doing Ultimate Team. I've been doing Ultimate Team videos since 12. But I loved that me and Cullenberger was just growing at that alarming rate because it's like we always had a way to challenge ourselves. Madden comes out. Now keep in mind, I'm sorry if I excluded this, but I don't think I did. But my son's mother was already pregnant. By the time I moved into my apartment, which was June 1st of 12. So I had already known about this pregnancy. Madden comes out. I had plans on going knees deep, balls to the wall. And I did. For 1 month. And you guys remember Road to the Super Bowl. If you were around long enough. Again, you remember Road to the Super Bowl. It was a 30 episode series in which I finally won my Super Bowl episode 30. And the beast mode music and all of that other stuff. Oh, God. Catchphrases for everybody's name. It was fun. But then I told my son's mother that she could move in with me while she was pregnant. I don't know why. I don't know. I just felt like it was the right thing to do. But I don't know if there was a reason, like, or something that happened that made me say, "Hey, come on over here." I don't know. Maybe something happened. I don't know. I don't remember. So when that happened, I went from about 3 to 5 videos a day to about 3 to 5 a week to about taking some weeks off. And it wasn't because, I was busy running into the hospital and things like that. It wasn't that. It's that in order for me to be myself, I need to be by myself. That way I can just be free and be me and not have to worry about, someone on listening or, someone laughing in the background. No, man, you're throwing me off. Because commentators, YouTubers, we get into this mode mentally. We get in there mentally and we're focused on something. And it's like we kind of put ourselves in a box. We're just extremely focused on what we're doing. And we try to tone everything out. But when something disturbs it just a little bit, it throws your focus off. And that's how I felt. All the time. Because she was always here. And I'm like, I can't be myself. I can't do me the way I know I could do me. Because I was improving and improving and improving and coming up with new ideas and things like that. And I was coming up with ideas and things that I just couldn't capitalize on ever. I never was able to give them to you guys. And you guys know I started a bunch of series that I couldn't even get past episode 2 of. And that's the reason. I couldn't get into that box where I could focus. And anytime she did leave, it was like, I don't know when she's coming back. It could be a few minutes. It could be a couple hours. I just don't fucking know. So now as I'm trying to get back in this box, I'm thinking, well, what time is that door going to open? What time is she going to come back? So that's on my mind. I'm like, I can't fucking focus this way. And you know what? I'll give you guys numbers. I'll give you real numbers. I'm being transparent. All right. Let's say I'm making $4,000 to $5,000, right? And from the time of October to February, keep in mind, December, let me see, October, November, December are our highest paying months on YouTube. That's when the ad revenue is the best. And I mean, it's multiplied by like 4. Whatever we're getting is multiplied by like 3 or 4. It's crazy. And that's the time you want to keep putting out your most. Well, during that time, I couldn't put out anything. And Christmas Eve, my son was born. So that means nonstop crying from January to February. And the reason why we stopped at February is because something really bad happened. So yeah. Let's say that 4,000 to 5,000 dropped down to about 700 to 900. How the fuck am I going to keep a roof over their house that way? How am I going to pay the rent? How am I going to pay the bills? How are we going to eat? Then I got a kid. When you got a newborn, that food costs a lot of money. A lot of money. Just on food alone, you're probably dropping $100 a week for a newborn to eat. Not even clothes that they grow out of in like a couple of weeks, but just to eat. And I couldn't go on like this. I really couldn't go on like this because I'm like, I know what I could do. I was doing it. And now it's taken away. Not taken away. I'm sorry. That's the wrong word. It's the wrong word. It wasn't taken away. But it was roadblocked. By a choice I made. Which was having a second child when not ready. So I'm like, now in my mind, I'm starting to, my phone's going off. 1 second, please. All right. So in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, man, all of this could be better if they weren't here. And her and I got into a pretty big fight. I've never been in a fight like this before. We got into a pretty big fight. A lot of shoving and grabbing and shit going on. And it got that bad. Because I'm just like, and I'm being honest with you guys, I'm just putting so much blame and pressure on her. And she just had this kid. And I'm like, you're just always here. And she doesn't understand it. Let me say she didn't understand it. Because it's like, she's like, well, her thing is, well, I could just go in the living room and we could be quiet here. No, it's not the same. You wouldn't understand it unless you were doing it. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't. And I'm getting frustrated because I'm getting no income. And I'm wanting them to depend on me as a man, as a father. I'm wanting them to depend on me to be able to keep them safe, to be able to keep a roof over their head, to be able to keep food in their mouth. believe. And like I said, I grew up without my father. So I don't want to fucking be my father. I don't. So I'm putting all of it on me, even with not even offering a choice, not even asking for help. I don't want the help. I just want to provide as best as I know how. Now, sure, you could say, hey, go get you a regular job. I fucking had regular job. They don't pay anywhere near close to as much as if you put in your own time and effort in business and invest in yourself and see what the hell you could get out of it. The own jobs didn't fucking touch it. And I worked at a hotel. I was a night auditor. Didn't pay the same. And at the same time, I don't want to fucking work for somebody else and somebody else telling me what to do and me being somebody's fucking errand boy. Fuck that. I'm sorry. I said I wasn't going to curse. I'm sorry. I don't know if I've been cursing this whole time or not. I'm sorry if I was. I don't want to answer to anybody. It's kind of that Dame Dash mindset. Yeah, I already know the Dame Dash mindset. But I felt Dame Dash and what he was talking about. You build your own path. You invest in yourself. You make a business out of yourself. Become someone. And life is about the choices you make for yourself. As long as I have to wake up every day. And there was a video that I saw that put everything into perspective for me. From Sully Breaks. I'm not going to quote him, but I'll kind of paraphrase a quote that he said. Matter of fact, let me go watch it right quick. Give me a second. I'll play it for you so that you guys can get the quote. Okay, finally, I found what I was looking for. And I'll put links in the description of this video and of another video that really impacted me a lot with this. And I try to put my friends into the same mindset, but it doesn't work. You only understand yourself. But just listen to this, just these two quotes right here. And it puts everything into perspective for me.
Now, I'm not saying that school is evil and there's nothing to gain, but all I'm saying is understand your motives and reassess your aims. Because if you want a job working for someone else, then help yourself. But then that would be a contradiction, because you wouldn't really be helping yourself, you'd be helping somebody else. There's a saying which says, if you don't build your dream, someone else will hire you to help build theirs.
Listen to that again.
It would be a contradiction, because you wouldn't really be helping yourself, you'd be helping somebody else. There's a saying which says, if you don't build your dream, someone else will hire you to help build theirs.
One more time.
It says, if you don't build your dream, someone else will hire you to help build theirs.
If you don't build your dream, someone else will hire you to help build theirs. And at that point, you just become a spoke on the wheel that can be cut off and let loose at any time. If you have your own dream, if you built it, you've had that motivation and you make an empire out of it. Who can knock you off of you? Who can knock Steve Jobs off of Steve Jobs? Who can knock Sean Carter, Jay-Z off of what he's done? You build your own dreams and you start adding and you add and you add and you add until you become an empire. Or it could be like 99% of everybody else and help them build theirs. So we had gotten into that fight and she moved out, and she took my son and moved to Georgia. Okay. What does that mean? I got to get back to work. No excuses this time. I got to get back to doing what made me be able to provide this best. And that was at another downtime of Madden because it's in February. So you know how that works. So I believe I started getting back into the wrestling videos, and that started helping. But then the next Madden came out, and I was back to making money. I was back to making good money. I was put on child support, like right before she left. And I showed the judge what I was making, and I'm like, and she's like, all right, you got to pay this much. I'm like, excuse me, judge, if I pay that much, how exactly am I going to be able to afford rent? Like, child support ain't no fucking joke. Like, they want to fucking charge you more than what you're making. It doesn't make sense. It's like they're forcing you to go out and sell drugs or something. I don't know. But I put that concentration back into my page, my channel. I started pumping out 3, 4, 5 videos a day again. And I was back to making money. I was back to being happy. I was back to starting to build on that, what I wanted to do. And what I want to do far exceeds YouTube. What I want to do far exceeds YouTube. But again, I'm at the basis of building that foundation. This 100,000 subscribers, of which what? Maybe at this point when Mud's dead, maybe 8 to 10,000 see it. Or when Mud is high, maybe 20,000 see it. That number in that plaque that I received, which I actually meant, I wanted to show it to you guys because it is an accomplishment, but it's such a fake accomplishment. It's such a fake accomplishment. You've reached 100,000 subscribers, and probably 10% of the people watch it, or 20% of the people watch it. That sucks. It really, really sucks. Because what happens, and now I'm going to tell you guys. Let me finish the story, and then I'll tell you guys what I really, really think about subscribers. I'm gonna be completely honest in what I think about subscribers. So I was going good. She moves back from Georgia. She moved into her grandmother's house. Things weren't going too well there. And I didn't feel as though it was safe there for my son and for her. I told her to move. Well, not to. I told her she can stay here some days. Stay here some days. She never left. Just never left. And then it's like, all right, you can stay here, but I need you to save your money. You're not paying any bills here. I need you to save your money so that when this set date comes, you can move out. You got enough that you can do on your own. But I'm giving up myself again right now because I feel as though it's the right thing to do for my kid. I feel as though it's the right thing to do so that he's safe. And I'll just try as best as I could to put in the work. Stay here. Save your money. At this time, you can move out because you'll be very well on your own. Still here. And it was getting frustrating. But it didn't really, really get frustrating until I lost my channel. 100,000 subscribers, right? I made a second channel. And before Duke the Killer and Clickwit and Texas Boy at a later date shouted me out, I probably gained from me just on Twitter telling people yo, I got a new channel, probably 3,000 to 5,000 subscribers. Oh, I'm sorry. And Cullenberg and iMav also reaching out to me saying, hey, if you want to post something on my channel, let somebody know that, you got your channel up and running. If you want to do anything on my channel, let me know. Now, I don't know if that's something they wanted me to say ever, but it is. And I was so grateful for that. Just the thought, just them reaching out to me. Because I didn't want to reach out to anybody. I didn't. The reason I didn't is because I put a lot of people on to Mutt. I did a lot for fucking people. A whole lot. before probably about 90% of you that are watching, before almost all of you even played MUT, or before a lot of you were even watching MUT channels. I did a lot for people, a lot. So I felt like I shouldn't ask anybody anything. But then when I got my new channel and Golden Sports is liking my videos, and me and Golden Sports were, bruh, it was at one point I wanted to go see Golden Sports and throw hands. It was bad. But when I'm at my lowest point and a couple of guys are reaching out to me, and some guys are shouting out my channel, and some guys are just liking all the videos because they know, like, hey, people are going to see that Wyza is still posting videos. Go check it out just by me just dropping a like. And I'm like, I felt so appreciative of that shit that any ill will I felt towards someone, or whatever way I felt towards someone that I was at odds with, it goes out the window because it's genuine. When you're at your lowest point, the people that will stick up for you, people that will come out the woodworks for you, and even your enemy, who you believe is your enemy, when you're at your lowest point and they come up to help you, I think that's when you got to take notice of that person, because that's when it's genuine. Especially when you don't ask, because if you ask, you'll never know if it's genuine. And for those people to help me out, or to reach out to me and offer me help, I'm in debt. I'm in debt, because that just helped me appreciate the people that actually gave a damn. And again, if I haven't, I fucking thank you for it. I really, really do. I'm sorry, and of course, Chase and iPod also, but they don't count, man. I fucking grew up on YouTube with those dudes from day one. Hell, from fucking 800 subscribers, I grew up with them dudes. So I don't. Anytime something happens, I'm never going to include them, because it's just, with them is real. You know, I don't have to worry about them. So even then, I got up to 17,000 subscribers, and I hope you're still subscribed to that channel. I'll drop a link in that in the description for that channel also, because that's gonna be my Let's Play channel. It's on hiatus for now until I get something straight. It's on hiatus for now, but not for long, because my kid's gonna be starting school soon. So yeah, my channel goes down, which means I'm making, forget reduced money, I'm making fucking $0 for the entire month of December, which is the highest paying month of the year for YouTube. I made not a dime. Nothing. And here I'm going to be transparent with you guys with the whole coin selling thing. I was in negotiation with coin sellers like before you seen anybody doing it. It was me and two other people that I'm not going to name. Not going to name them, for the sake of keeping them out of trouble. But me and two other people were in negotiations with those guys since like September. And after some pretty heavy negotiations, I decided, I'll go through with it. I think that we agreed in November. So when you seen the guys that was promoting and things like that, the very first person that you saw promoting, never mind, that's not information for me to give to you guys. I'm sorry. So I agreed with these people that I would do the coin selling or promoting. I don't sell coins, but I agreed that I would do it. promote. And the very next week, my channel goes down. They paid me up front for the month. They paid me up front. Now, there's different ways in which they do their agreements and different ways in which they pay. Some people, they pay, X amount of times throughout the month, or you can just take a month up front, whatever. So give me a month up front. And that got me through December. Because what I did was paid off my student loans, paid off my rents, my bills, and all of that. Paid for the kids to have a Christmas. Paid for, not a big Christmas. I'm not a big Christmas guy. But enough for them to be happy. My son doesn't really give a fuck. He just wants balloons. So that's cool. But just was trying to get myself ready so that when I get another channel up and running, I got some money to hold me until I'm back to normal. But since my channel went down, I couldn't promote, which means I owe these guys a shit ton of money. Very, very luckily, they were, for lack of better terms, extremely nice to me, and they very, very understanding of the situation, and they waited it out for me. But at this point, I'm at a very, very low. My morale is starting to get low because I'm like, I don't have any income. I have nothing. I have nothing. Nothing's gonna come through. And I went to PAX East, and I told you guys, I already put it in the story on my channel. I think it's in the video that says hi, where I met up with a PokeTuber, a YouTuber that does Pokemon and different things, Pedro, and he was fortunate enough to meet up with someone that actually works with YouTube, and he connected me to him, and I got this channel back that I worked my ass off to get 100,000 subscribers on, and he was able to help me get it back instantly. My network did nothing. My network did nothing. So this safety and security that you think networks give you, they don't. They don't. They really, really don't. Unless you know somebody that knows somebody, your network's not going to do shit. You got to do it yourself. You got to find a way to do it yourself, which I was fortunate enough to have happen for me and to fall in my place. If I never went to PAX South in Texas, it never would have happened. If I didn't take the chance, because I knew I had no money coming in. That was the last of my money. The very last of my money. If I didn't make that trip, I wouldn't have my channel back. I wouldn't have any income. Nothing. When I made the other channel, and I had the 17,000 subscribers, I was probably making, put it like this, in January I made $150 for the month. February, you might ask, $250. We didn't get paid for March yet. But within those 2 months, I made $400. All right, I forgot to say this, so I'll add it in about the coin sellers. Since I had that agreement with them, once they were able to, get their stuff back and I got my channel back, I was still under that agreement that I made with them, the months prior, and I had to pay that off. Therefore, I had to advertise. Now, did I think that anything would happen to people that use the site and bought coins? Did I think anything would happen to them? I was never under the impression that it would. I didn't think EA would cut off their own consumer base. Just despite us, the promoters, and just despite the coin sellers. I didn't think they would do that. I thought they would just, continue to ban the coin sellers, which they wanted the brunt of. But I got banned for sure, which is why I have the PlayStation. And I didn't buy the PlayStation. They had to compensate me. I don't know if that was supposed to. Well, it wasn't like NDA or anything, whatever. But I was under the obligation because I had that agreement with them. I had to pay that off, or I just owed them a shit ton of fucking money. So I went on to do the promoting of the website, that is, until EA this smart idea to fucking ban their own consumers, which is fucking retarded. So that's when they decided it was time to shut down shop because you guys, the consumers, were getting getting banned or suspended or whatever, and that's just not good. So on their end, which stopped all of the rumblings, they refunded people that got their consoles banned. They refunded people. So us, the guys that were promoting, our reputations hopefully didn't take a hit from it because even though people that bought coins, if they ended up getting their consoles banned, they went the extra mile to try to help those people out. They tried to get them the coins again, and then they got rebanned, so they refunded the money to them. So they tried. They went that extra mile to make sure that the people that had something bad happen to them, they made sure that they got their money back. Can I stop there and get back on to the video? Yeah, that's pretty much why I had to continue promoting it, because it was a lot of money, and I had an agreement with them to promote their coin site, and I didn't do it because the channel was shut down. So when they had got back up and running, I stuck to my obligation and I had to promote. Would I promote? Absolutely, I would fucking promote. That's good money. I need that money, and it was under the assumption that consumers would not get banned. Now, is it against terms of service and you're buying coins you get banned? Yeah, but what fucking company bans their own consumer? That's stupid. You're cutting off your own money. That's absolutely dumb. And they didn't do it before because the coin selling site, they had got shut down twice. This last time being the second time. But when they got shut down before, they had never banned any consumer. So I thought it was okay. Then, see, house is no longer empty. So I'm going to stop recording now. Yee. So you put that in mind with everything I've said about wanting to be a provider and wanting to be a father and things like that. People will say, well, once again, damn, why didn't you go get a job? I did. I fucking did. I got fired in less than a week for something that wasn't my fault. One guy, because I was working overnight shift. That's always what I work. And one of the guys, it was only two of us working. One of them got caught just sleeping the whole damn shift. They fired us both. I'm like, well, it's just not meant to be. I tried. I fucking tried. And I think the job was paying, fuck was the job paying? Like $8 an hour. Which would tell you I'm at an extreme fucking low. Extreme low. Because I didn't make, hell, I have made less than $10 in the past 13 years. So, yeah. No. It's just not, to me, I think that right there isn't worth it. It's just not. Because what I could make in a month there, I know I could make in a week if I invested in myself and I had the ball rolling. I just need to get the ball rolling again. And it brings me back to this 100,000 subscribers thing. And the whole facade thing. And my channel being a lie and all of that. It's that I've believed that those numbers actually meant something. I believed in my own, I say my own hype. I believed in the hype that people put behind me. And I thought that those people that supported me was hardcore enough so that if anything ever happened to me and I had to create another page or channel, or I thought that I would at least have that nucleus of people would always be there. But if you look at the views on my channel, you would have to ask, what happened to those supportive people that would always be there? Or, it doesn't matter what you put up, I'll always watch. It's a fucking lie. It's all a lie. People watch what's hot at the moment. That's all it is. If you're hot at the moment, they'll watch you. They're your number one fan. Blah, blah, blah. The moment you fall on hard times, something happens, you'll find somebody else to watch. It's as simple as that. There are some hardcores. There are some. That group isn't that big. But there are some that will ride with you no matter fucking what. And I believe I know almost all of their names. Am I going to shout them out? No. You all know who you are. If you know that I know your name, thank you. Fucking thank you. Because I thought like, hey, my channel's down. Let me try streaming more. Bruh. I was getting 2,000, 2,500 people in my streams. I was the only Madden commentator doing that in the beginning of Madden. In a couple of months into Madden. Nobody was getting anywhere near those numbers. Something happens. They find something else. Let me do a Madden stream now. I'll be lucky to get 200 people. Doing the same thing. Doing the same thing. Do they come? Why is it when you're going to stream it? The thing that makes it hard is when you see that you're here, everything's great and it motivates the fuck out of you. It makes you want to do it. When people say, like the video, it helps a lot. It's not just about views. It's about your support and seeing the fact that a large number of people like what you do. It's not, do you like this video? Do you like this particular video? It's not that. It's, do you like what I'm doing for you? Because ultimately, we are doing something that takes the time out of our day. We are doing something that becomes a job. We are doing something that becomes a way in which we can support our families, ourselves, and you. Without your support, we cannot do this for you. We can't. I'm living fucking proof. I'm living proof. Because when everything went down, it takes away your morale. It could take away what I have over my head. But then, let's say you're streaming and people donate. People are like, why are you giving them fucking money? You don't have to do that. And I'm like, dude, they just want to support the streamer. They want to support the streamer so that the streamer can keep providing for them. They want to support the streamer so that they don't have to worry about them losing what they have. And every little bit helps. Say I have bills to pay, right? I'm not saying anybody pay my bills, but let's just put things in the perspective real quick. Let's say I have to pay my cable bill, which I do. Don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'll do it. But let's say I have a cable bill. My cable bill is $200 a month. Don't ask why. I don't fucking know. It's way too goddamn high. I'm sorry. This is the cursing part of the video. Excuse me. Let's say, all right, my cable bill is $200 a month. Let's say I have 400 people watching the stream. Let's say half of them donated $1. One. They just made it so that I'm able to stream for the entire month. They just made it so that I can provide for them. Okay, let's say you can't. Not everybody can. I 1000% understand that. Ad blocker? Bruh, it costs you nothing. It costs you nothing to sit there. Ad blocker on, just turn it off. It helps. Even if you can't, that does. That's why it's there. It's to help so that I can continue to do it for you. It's to help so that people that are doing it for you can do it for you. And when the people that can do it for you, that's when they do it all the time. Look at Cash Nasty. Came in every day, streamed every day, left his job. Why? It's because he was able to do it every day because you guys gave him the support. He earned every fucking bit of what he has. If any sports YouTuber, if there's any sports YouTuber to look up to, it's fucking Cash Nasty. I don't care what you think of his gimmick. Loud, black guy, crazy. Some people don't like it. A shit ton of people do. That motherfucker is able to provide for you motherfuckers. He is able to put on for you. And the more people that show up and the more people that support him, like I said, it gives them that motivation to keep going. That's what it is. Let's say I had a stream and 1,000 people showed up and nobody donated a dime. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. If that many people showed up to my stream, every time I streamed, I will be there all the time. But if I show up to a stream and it's like 60 people there, why? Why am I've had streams where I've had thousands. If I do it and I'm like, it's a few people in here. Once again, that's me believing in the hype that you guys give us, that false sense of security that you guys give us. That's us believing in it and saying, all right, I could, my name's good out here. I could do this, at any time, and then start getting it going. And like, let's say 60 to 100 people show up. Why am I wasting it just feels that way. Now, the reason it feels that way, now that's me, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry, but that's me showing you the side that's honestly, I believe that's how a lot of us feel that stream. I believe that's how a lot of us feel that stream. Another big I can't talk right now. Another big thing that stops us from being able to be consistent. Consistent is the biggest word when it comes to entertainment. Consistency, which I am fucking not. Another big thing that gets in my way is, like I said, I got to be in that box. I got to be laser focused on what I'm doing. And I can't when people are here. My house is never empty. Never. Now it is. Maybe once every 2 weeks, I'll have an empty house for about an hour or two. That's it. That's all you get. I can't do it. I can't stream. And the reason why, let's say I do get time. Let's say I get 2 days in a row where it's empty, right? I won't stream. The reason I won't stream is because I don't feel as though I can be consistent. And if I can't be consistent, I feel as though I'm cheating you. I feel as though I'm cheating the people that support me. I feel as though I'm cheating the people that subscribe to my Twitch channel, that kick in that $5 a month, or people that come in and donate $30, $20, $40, or something crazy like that. I feel like I've cheated everybody that's ever supported me because I can't be consistent, and it fucking frustrates me so much. Is that I feel like I'm cheating. I feel like I'm cheating you, and I feel like I shouldn't get anything from you. I shouldn't have your support. That's what I feel like. But at the same time, I know I want to work for it. And I feel like I can't. I feel like I can't. And I get to a point where I'm shutting everybody out. I've gotten to a point where I've lost me. I don't know who I am anymore. The frustration has gotten so bad that I just don't know me. And people see me. If anybody comes to my house and sees me, they're just like, dude, you want to fucking die. That's how I look when I'm here. When I'm here. If I go out, I'll have a drink to loosen me up so that I could try. I'm trying to regain who I am, who I've grown up as. I was always that kid. Who people gravitated to me. People hung around me. And now it's at a point where, let's say, this one's bad. Let's say I'm talking to my cousin, right? Which I rarely do, but one particular cousin. And I'm talking to him like, yo, da 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 da. All right, we're going to get together. We're going to do this stuff and da da da. And I'll just never hear from him. This dude is somebody that hung around me growing up. Hung around me. If I went somewhere, that motherfucker was coming. I can't even as much as get invited to a gathering at his house. Here, I'll one-up you. I had an accomplishment that I wanted to celebrate. I'm like, yo, easy night for the guys. We're going to go to the little bar. We're going to go to the titty bar. Go-go bar. It's not really a strip club, but we're going to go to the go-go bar. And I'm going to give each of you $100. And we're just going to be in there being stupid. Right? I go with him to our old high school state championship game. We're together. We were going to go out that night. We're together. And he still stood me up. How?
Then that would be a
Sorry. How he do that? We were supposed to, from the game, get together at my house and go. He had his car, I had mine. That motherfucker went home, had another get together at his house. I'm like, enough is enough with you. Enough is enough with you. We set shit up. You always duck and dodge it, or you disappear, or hell, he'll invite me to things, and then I won't hear from him. I can't get in touch with. I'm like, and it's like that with a lot. I legit, from all the people I grew up with, I have 2 fucking friends left that I grew up with. That I could say we put in over 15 years. Hell, we've put in almost 20 years of knowing each other. I have 2. And I grew up with the fucking neighborhood. I could go to both sides of towns and I fucking knew everybody. I have 2. And all of the relationships are like that. Where it's not me anymore. You guys don't know me. Y'all don't know me. I need to get that person back because I was so fucking happy, man. I was so happy. And through making this channel and growing with you guys and growing with guys that have grown with me for if not 4 years, nearly 4 years, or even 3 years, or even 2 years. I felt as though you guys were growing with me, and that right there, that support it gives to me personally. That's the thing that gives us that connection, just by you showing up to something I do. And it's love, and it's fucking real. It's like you're watching a TV show you love, Walking Dead, or Breaking Bad, or something like that. You love whatever show you watch. You tune into that shit all the time. You don't have to pay for them. They're free. Why? Because there's commercials that run, and you can't ad block those. but you watch them shits because you love them, and it's a connection that you're making, and then you want to meet the celebrity that's in the show. You have a favorite that's on the show. You want to meet that person. Hell, I watch wrestling. Is there anybody I want to meet in wrestling? Well, not all that much, but still. Stone Cold Steve Austin. It would make me fucking happy as hell just to talk to him for 5 minutes. I get it. I get why people view us on YouTube and are just happy to get a response from us. Like, if I tweet, I remember one time I tweeted at Jada Fox. Jada Fox is her name? Jada Fire. I'm sorry, Jada Fire, porn star. Google her if you're old enough. And she tweeted me back because, you know, I knew a girl that knew her. And, you know, we're tweeting back and forth. I'm like, that's fucking cool. It's reaching out to somebody that you admire their work and them getting back to you. It's just like, oh shit, you know, I get it. I get how you guys feel. I'm human. I'm the same way. When I saw KSI interviewing The Rock, I'm like, holy shit. YouTube can open so many doors. So many doors. It's ridiculous how many doors YouTube can open. KSI single, a lot of you guys think it's shit. It went platinum. If you don't know what support is, that's it. That's it. If that dude made a record of him flushing the toilet in the background, that was the beat, and his people came and supported it, it don't get better than that. He can do whatever he wants right now. He's been building his empire. Who knows what plans he has? I don't know. But he's been building on something. He knows what it is. He knows what it is. He's on the right track to doing it. He wants to be an entertainer, it seems. He's on the right track to doing it. Now, what is my end goal? I don't know. But I do know I have goals. I don't know what my end goal is, but I have goals that I want to reach. I just need to get back in the right mindset. I need to have my apartment be my apartment. And I need to be structured. I need to be back on schedule. I need to be back on top of things. I need to be back to who I know I can be. And until then, I don't know. What I do know is I needed to get this off my chest. Because I felt as though I was lying to you guys. I felt as though I was cheating you guys. And I felt as though the person I was giving you wasn't me. And I needed you guys to know who I am right now while watching my videos. So when you see my videos, you don't have one perception of me, and it's not true. You could always revert back to this video and know how I'm feeling. And it's crazy because I've watched people in their depression videos, and I started the video off this way. I watch people in their videos on depression, and I'm like, man, how'd you get that way? And it's because something triggers that just changes everything for them. And when people say their hair start falling out and shit like that, or you know, they get some type of bad habits, it's real. It's real. I'm the heaviest right now. I am the heaviest I've weighed in my life. I usually carry 185. I'm almost 6'1", about 6'1". I usually carry 185 to 190, or let's say 180. I usually carry like 180 to 185. I'm now 202 pounds, and I'm always fucking hungry. I was never like this. I don't care about my appearance. I don't if I go out, I don't care how I dress or anything like that. The hair on my face, I usually keep it off, and it's just a goatee. My hair's just. I saw my license. When I saw my license, I knew I was doing bad because I had my license, which expired, so I had to get a new one. So you take the picture for the new one, and I'm looking at them both side by side. And it looks like two different people. It looks like two different people. My first license, my face isn't all big. I'm smiling. I'm cool. Hair isn't all over my face. My new license, I look like a caveman. Had hair all over my face, and my face looked fucking bloated. I'm like, who the fuck is this? This isn't me. It's crazy. I am depressed. And I'm so happy. So happy I was able to finally tell you. Thank you for watching. And if you haven't stopped watching me, thank you for your support.